Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to be doing maintenance on this Model 12 Mixmaster that came in. Haven't turned it on or plugged it in yet, but you can see the cord is in pretty rough shape on here. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount it to a stand here and plug it in, and hopefully we won't trip a breaker. This cord is just extremely crunchy. Not sure if this is a good idea or not. But let's see what happens. Alright, so the breaker stayed on. Alright, a couple things I noticed when I first turned it on. It sounded like it was really bound up, and then it started to move, and there's not really a lot of speed adjustment in the upper end. So I'm thinking that there's probably some drag going on up here in the gearbox. So let me get this thing unplugged. So we're going to dig right into this and find out what's going on. Get this cord out of the way first. I'll get out some tools. I think I'm going to start by checking the brushes out. As you can see, the brushes look good. They got a lot of length on them. At least that one does. I'm assuming this one is going to be the same. And this one's got a busted brush cap on it. So we'll have to replace that. I hate when these things get cracked. It becomes such a pain to get off. Wow, that sucker is on there. Man, I've never seen a brush cap in this tight. Man, I have no idea how this got in here so tight. There we go. You see the brush is still good though. We just have to replace that cap. I'm not put back on there super tight. Alright, let's take a look in the gearbox here. tight. hate to see the man or woman that tightened everything up on this from the factory. There we go. Alright, this doesn't look too bad in here. Not as greasy as I would have expected to find. As you see down here, there's a lot of sticky grease residue in here. It's like really gummy and gooey, and it's down inside of here as well. So get that all cleaned up. Right. Let's open up the actual gearbox here. Oh, these weren't all that tight, so maybe we're past all of our super tight screws. Alright, let me just put this grease on. Alright, start this here. Yeah, it's pretty hard on the edges there. Some of it's still greasy, some of it's got like rubbery. Little gasket off here. Yeah, you can see the hard chunks that are in there. So this is due for a grease change. We'll get out what we can real quick here. Alright, that's good enough for now. Spin it around and put our cap off the back. Easy peasy. I was expecting that screw to be tight too. Alright, let's see if I can get you guys a more straight on shot here. Alright, so first view in here, it doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit of buildup in here, flour and stuff, but overall, I mean, it's not terrible. I've seen far worse. Let's get our heat shield out of the way. Alright, the resistor looks kind of black. That out of there. You see some white residue on there. We're going to clean up the ends of this so we can test it. And the capacitor looks decent as well. Doesn't look like it's been leaking. Alright, we'll get our wiring disconnected back here. We can pull our parts off the back here, the governor and all that. wiring seems decent. Got some flexibility to it. Alright, now we just got the governor. Once we get this off, we'll be able to take a closer look at that and make sure everything's okay with it, which I'm suspecting that it is. Alright, looking in here you can see the contacts. They look really good. The plastic piece on the bottom is still intact. I'd say that's in good shape. Alright, let's see if this will come right off for us. Wow, look at that. Never see these come off that easy. Gotta watch our wires here so they don't get snagged on it. Alright, we'll have to take this cap off of here and get our wick lubricated inside of here. And as always, I'll remind you guys again, in case you didn't see any other videos on this, this isn't, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. This is righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. These are reverse threaded, so keep that in mind. Let's get our armature out. Okay, the armature looks decent, just needs to be polished up. I see no marks on it or anything like that. A little stickiness right here, but we'll get that cleaned up, polished out. Alright, so now, well, let me get our gears and shafts out first, and then I can go around and get the wiring disconnected. Alright, you can see this stuff on here does not want to wipe off, and you can see how sticky it actually is with the paper towel sticking to it. It looks like it would be an oil that would just wipe off, but it doesn't. It's just a sticky varnish. And these do turn, but you can definitely feel some drag on them, especially this one here. I mean, we've seen far worse, but these don't turn nearly as free as they should be. And that's typical, when these have sat for so long and this grease gets so old, breaks down. All the stuff that's here, the sticky goo that's here, also gets down in between here. And that's what causes the drag on these. Okay, I need another grease rag here. That one's pretty much covered. Sticky grease all over my hands. Alright, let's get our set screws broke loose. Of course, that doesn't seem to be too bad on this one at all. I have no explanation why that brush cap was so tight, or how it got so tight without breaking it. Maybe that's why it was cracked, because somebody tightened it up till it cracked. I don't know. but fortunately we have other brush caps we can replace that with. Alright, let's see if we can get our shafts to move here. Yeah, there you go. You can see what's causing a drag on it. And that would have been up in this area right here, above the gear. But even this right here is some sticky goo. That would have been all down in here. Let's see if we can get the other one out. I have to go another turn or two on the set screw here. There we go. Wow. There we go. Alright, you can see how bad this one is here. And this is, well, like I said, had the most drag on it. I think had this thing sat for another couple of months, it probably would have been seized up, because this part right here is pretty solid on there. Alright, so we got that out. Get our gears out. Now, go through and disconnect our cord. Okay, well, it looks like we've got nice long leads on our field coil here, which is always nice to see. So I'll just cut the cord connections off here. This one flying. Let's see if we can get our cord out. There we go. Get that little piece of cord out of there. There's our cord connections to the field coil, and they seem to be really nice. So we have something to attach our new cord to. So at this point, I'm going to go through, I'm going to get the rest of the grease out of here, get all this cleaned up, get this cleaned up here. These parts here, and you can see up inside, I don't know how well you can see up inside these bores here where the shafts go, but that's all got to get cleaned out. So we're going to spend some time getting this thing cleaned up, getting everything polished up and ready to go back together. And after we get it back together with a new cord on it, we'll come back and see how she runs. Alright, we've got this one all done. Don't mind the junky stand I have it setting on, but you know, we went through here, got everything polished up, cleaned up. We replaced the brush cap that was broke on it. The resistor in here tested good. Everything else in here was really good. It just needed to be, you know, cleaned up. The biggest issue with it was just the buildup of old grease and oil that was in there. So let's go ahead and turn this on. I already got the speed adjusted on it, so let's go ahead and turn this on and give it a listen to. Let it rev up for a minute. There, so as you tell, it runs excellent now. So we're going to get this one back to the owner so he can get it put back into use, and you know, just in time for the holidays, I guess. So if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below and we'll get to them as soon as we can. I try to, you know, I try to to answer as soon as they come up, but sometimes I'm in the middle of something and it has to wait. But I do try to answer everyone. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Let us know that you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you can be notified of any other projects that we have coming up. Which we got some really cool ones coming up. So you may want to see those. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next one.